All right, so what are we supposed to do with our research question? That's a good question, right? You might be sitting there going, well, we turn it in and we get a grade. Okay, fair. But we get a grade because it's vital to the research process. Our research question helps us identify keywords that we need to use to find source material. So let's take a look at our sample research question. Okay, how does gender play a role in characterizing Grendel's mother from Beowulf? Okay, nice and simple, right? I'm looking at, the concept or the theory of gender and applying it to Grendel's mother and the poem more broadly. Now, if you're sitting there going, I can't follow this, I don't know what happened in Beowulf, I never read it, I didn't see any of the movies, it's cool. Okay, so let me give you the briefest of rundowns. Beowulf's a dude who runs around with a sword, killing things to help protect his community. That's basically what he does. He has 3 major battles. The first one is with Grendel, the second is with Grendel's mother, and the third is with the dragon. Okay, now, Grendel and the dragon are both masculine characters, and they have very long explanations of the battle scenes, and there's a lot of detail about these two particular monsters, we'll call them. Okay, even though we can debate. So Grendel and the dragon are like the big guys. And then Grendel's mother happens in between. Grendel's mother only has like 5 or 7 pages of content related to the battle between her and Beowulf. And she's a fierce fighter, and he has to go down through this water with sea monsters to get to her. All of this stuff, right? So there's a lot going on here, and it only takes 5 to 7 pages, depending on your translation. And it made me think, I was like, man, why is it that Grendel's battle was pretty boring and he got a lot more content, and the dragon's battle, not as boring as Grendel's, but there was a lot more there too. I'm like, what is it that sets Grendel's mother apart? Okay, and so, I wanted to find out more about that, which is essentially what your research question is. It's saying, I need to know more information. So then to use the research question, right, what is the role that gender plays in characterizing Grendel's mother, you can draw certain keywords from that to help input into the search engine and find sources. Now, the search engine we're going to use is going to be Galileo. That's all that I want to see. I only want Galileo. Because of the fact that we have access to filters, you pay for it with your fees. Just use Galileo. Okay? So we have, we log into Galileo, we're looking at the text box, and we're going, what should we put in there? Keywords from our research question. So the role of gender in characterizing Grendel's mother from Beowulf, there's a few keywords I can pick from there just right off the top of my head. Beowulf, right? We need the title of the poem. If we don't have the title, then we're not narrowed to anything, okay? So Beowulf. Beowulf does not have an author, but all of your sources do. So what you'll want to do is put the author as a keyword as well, okay? And then getting into the meat of the question, right? I'm going to pull gender, Grendel's mother, feminine, femininity, right? And just kind of use that same concept. Think about what types of ideas my research question engages with, and then use that in my search. Okay? That is essentially the role of the research question. It guides how you find your source information. Okay? And as many of you know, as you should know, right, a research paper or a research essay without source material that is quality is not going to be, it's just not going to stand up, right? You need your ideas, right? That's the main bulk, but your ideas are also informed by opinions that you read, right? These scholarly sources that you read. So it's really important that we have a good foundation before we begin actually working through our ideas, okay? So that's the big thing, okay? You've just finished reading your source. It's fresh in your mind. You're creating a question that is sufficiently broad that you can find content, but narrow enough that you're not searching through hundreds of thousands of articles. And you're using that research question to determine keywords that you will use to help find the information you need. That's it. That's how we use our research question. All right, so hang tight. We're going to talk about creating your works cited page and finding sources in the next video.